Okay. So is it visible, Blackboard?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So see, the circuit diagram is shown. You just note down the numerical. Such type of numericals can get asked in the theory exam, or if again it is objective based, then also you can determine that, or how it is to be calculated, that I will be going to explain. So note down at your end for the regulator circuit. For the regulator circuit, V in, that is input unregulated, is equals to 50 volts, 50. Okay. Determine the range of output voltage. Determine the range of output voltage which we can obtain for the shown circuit. Determine the range of output voltage which we can obtain for the shown circuit. Noted? So just try it. Just take the screenshot, or you can draw it on your notebook also, because it will not going to consume much more time. Circuit diagram is somewhat small. Okay. So see, for the shown circuit, the regulator IC used is LM317. Okay. As we know, what is the output voltage equation for LM317? That is VO equals to 1.25 in bracket 1 plus R2 by R1. I will be going to take that second part also, plus I adjustable into R2. Okay. So see, you will observe a small change for the shown circuit. Here I connected two resistors to the adjustable pin, that is nothing but R2 and R3, right? Where shown R2 is variable as a 2.2 kilo ohms. That means we can vary the value of that R2 from 0 ohm to 2.2 kilo ohms, right? While the another resistor, that is R3, it is permanently remains in series with that R2. Is it okay? So in this formula, what change you have to consider? Do not consider this R2 only this variable resistor. What will be that R2? In the formula, that R2 equals to, for the shown circuit, it will be a series combination of R2 and R3. Got it? So see, if this R2, that is variable resistor 2.2K, if I adjusted it to 0 ohm, right now, as it is potentiometer, we can vary the value of that R2 from 0 to 2.2K. Are you agree with this? As the shown resistor R2 is potentiometer, we can vary its resistance from 0 to 2.2K. Okay. And what we have to identify, we have to calculate the range of output voltage which we can achieve by using the same circuit, right? The range of output voltage means what? How much will be the VO mean and how much will be the VO max, right? We can't say that VO mean that will be equals to 1.25 as per the range given for that LM317, as well as we can't say that output voltage maximum will be 37. These answers will be wrong right now. See, yesterday already I explained VO mean will be possible equals to 1.25 volts whenever that R2 is equals to 0 ohm, right? That means if a single variable resistor is there to the adjustable pin, which we are considering in the formula also, if that R2 is equals to 0, 0 divided by R1, this term will be 0, and hence 1.25 into 1, it will be 1.25 minimum. And that's why it is mentioned as the output voltage minimum is 1.25 and output maximum is 37, right? But for the shown circuit, as already I said, there is one more resistor permanently connected in series with R2, correct? So if I adjusted that potentiometer to 0 ohm, because we can vary it from 0 to 2.2K, as it is a variable resistor, right? So if I adjusted it to 0 ohm, how much will be my net R2? Actual R2 will be how much? Will it be exactly 0 or somewhat else? Just let me know fast. For this shown series combination, if I adjusted this R2, that is potentiometer, to 0 ohm, my question is, in the formula, how much R2 you will take? So that it will go on to give me,
ohm.
Yes, it will be 100 ohm. Very nice. Because that 100 ohm permanently connected resistor is already there, right now. So don't take this R2 as a 0 to obtain the output at minimum, right now. And that's why I mentioned that output minimum will not be equals to 1.25, right? So remember, whenever that R2 is low, the obtained output is low. Whenever we will going to increase the R2, output voltage also gets increased, right? So at this stage, what I can say, when this potentiometer will be at 0 ohm, the obtained output minimum will not be 1.25. That you have to calculate. So how much is the value of that VO min? Consider I adjustable in this numerical. Consider that I adjustable equals to 100 microamperes. Consider I adjustable equals to 100 micro. Calculate the value of VO min. To calculate the value of VO min, because we have to determine the range of obtained output for this shown circuit. Right now, range of obtained output means what? How much minimum we can obtain as well as how much maximum we can obtain. Just put it over here, 1.25 in bracket 1 plus R2. R2 mean it will be 100 ohm divided by R1, it is 240 plus 100 micro into 100, 100 micro into 100. That R2 we are taking it at 100 ohm. Right now, it will be actual R3. That actual net R2, that will be equals to R2 plus R3. Whenever that potentiometer will be at 0 ohm, the total resistance of that path, it will be equals to R3, and that is 100 ohms. So just let me know the answer first. For that minimum output voltage, VO min equals to, how much it is? Don't take so much more time, because that calculation part is very simple. VO equals to 1.25 in bracket 1 plus R2, that is 100 divided by R1, that is 240 plus I adjustable, that is 100 micro into R2, and that is again 100 ohms.
1.78.
Very nice. So VO min is equals to 1.78 volts. Correct? Similarly, find out VO max. Okay. So while calculating VO max, you have to consider this potentiometer at its maximum value. Maximum value is 2.2K right now. So that R2 will not be exactly 2.2K. How much it will be? It will be 2.2K plus this 100. What is? So the net R2, that will be equals to how much? For maximum output voltage, yes, you have to take it as 2.3K. Find out the output. That is VO max now. Same calculation, instead of that R2 as 100, you have to take it now as 2.3 kilo ohm, because 2.2K That potentiometer at its maximum value, that is 2.2K plus 100 ohm fixed resistor. How much is VO max? Fast. The remaining people can give the answer in chat box. Anyone just announce me and remaining people?
13.5.
It is 13.5 volts. Remaining students, please check it. Is it correct or not? And give your answer in chat box. Later on, I will be going to check it. It is 13.5 volts. Right? So we got the answer for our numerical. That is the range of output voltage which we can achieve. That will vary. That will be from 1.78 volts to 13.5 volts. So the desired output within this range, we can easily set by using the same circuitry. Okay? Now, I will switch to another topic, and that is nothing but current boosting. I will go on to keep this much part only, will not going on to mention the value of that R2 because this explanation will be generalized explanation. Okay. So see, first of all, why there is need of current boosting. Current boosting means what? To boost the current sourcing capacity of this circuit, right? As per the limitations, yesterday, today also, during my PowerPoint presentation, I mentioned the IO max, that is output current of LM317 as well as 337, it is almost 1.5 amperes. And that is the current sourcing capacity of this regulator IC. Okay, the same current that we can deliver to the load RL. If my connected load is consuming somewhat much more current as compared to the maximum current sourcing capacity of that regulator IC, then again that will be harmful to our regulator. It will get auto shutdown because of overcurrent, or there may be a chance of damage permanently because of current consumed by the load beyond the current sourcing capacity of that LM317 or 337, and that is greater than 1.5 amperes. What is? I will take one example. Suppose there is one load, DC motor. We will consider that load as a DC motor, or even if you can consider another load, somewhat DC lamp. For example, if it is operated at, there is a lamp load which is operated as 20 volts, and if its current requirement is, for example, 2 amperes DC current. This is the requirement of that load, right? A lamp load. Is it okay? So if such type of lamp is connected to this circuitry only, then in this case, what will happen? We will going on to set the output as 20 volt by resistor R2. These two resistors will going on to set the output voltage as per our desired value. Right now, our desired value to operate this load is 20 volt. So easily we can manage this R2 so that the desired output, that is 20 volt, we can achieve. But at this stage, we can't connect that 20-volt lamp directly as a load to our this much circuitry, because whenever we will going to connect it and we'll turn on this circuitry, this load will going to consume the load current as 2 amperes as per the rating which we consider. What is? Whenever we will going to connect such type of load, this considered one 20 volts and 2 ampere, then in this case that load will be going to consume the current as a 2 ampere, and that is not the capacity of our regulator IC. Our regulator IC can handle maximum how much current? That is 1.5. So in this case, either due to over current protection circuitry, either this LM7 will get turned off, or there is a chance of damage due to the overcurrent consumed by the load. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to handle such type of load means it is not like that. We can't use such type of circuitry. We will going on to boost the current providing capacity of our complete circuit, and that is nothing but our next topic, and that is the current boosting. Okay, a small change is there with the same circuitry. I will just show it. Connect one series resistor. The value of that series resistor, how it is to be determined, that also I will go on to explain. Across that series resistor, I will call it as RS. Connect one transistor, PNP transistor, like this. Its base terminal, it should be to the another terminal of that resistor, like this. Okay, and here we will go on to apply our unregulated input voltage. Vin unregulated, it will be over here, and the output of this transistor I will go on to connect to the output terminal of our regulator IC, like this, so that there will be a node. Okay, and this transistor, it will be a PNP transistor. That's why I have to show it like this. Whatever current will be going to flow through this transistor, I will be going to call it as IQ. It is a transistor. Whatever current will be going to flow through the regulator, I will call it as a I regulator. So see, you will observe there are two currents at this node. Somewhat current is coming from transistor, that is IQ, and somewhat current is coming from regulator from its output terminal. I will call it as I regulator, right? So here I can say the net output current, that is by applying KCL, you can easily write over here IL equals to I regulator plus IQ. Is it okay? IL equals to partially current coming from regulator IC and remaining current coming from transistor. Right now, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, we'll take one example so that it will be very easy for your understanding purpose. We're going on to consider only 700 milliamperes of current we will going on to consume from the regulator IC, and remaining current that we will going on to consume from the transistor. Okay. So when our load current requirement will be same, that is 2 ampere lamp, then in that case, how that 2 ampere should get divided? That 2 ampere it should get divided as I regulator equals to 700 milliamperes, and IQ, that is transistor current, it should be 1300 milliamperes. Okay, so that IL, it will be equals to 2 amperes. Is it okay? because that IL equals to I regulator plus IQ, right now. So see how it will be possible to limit that regulator current at 700 milliamperes, because as already I said, it can source the maximum current at 1.5 ampere. Okay, we can change this value right now. Purposely I taken it as a 700 milli. Why? That also I will going on to explain now. So see, if my selected series resistor is of 1 ohm, this RS is of 1 ohm. Okay, you will observe when this load will get connected and will start to work. In that case, there will be somewhat flow of current through this RS. Is it? And there will be a voltage drop across this RS with this polarity because of current flowing through that RS as it is connected in series with this LM317. Okay. You will observe when that current will reach to 700 milliamperes flowing through the RS, when it will be equals to 700 milliamperes, how much will be the drop across this RS? Can anyone? Voltage drop across RS. If the current flowing through that RS is 700 milli, how much will be the voltage drop? V equals to IR. 700 milli into RS is considered how much? 1 ohm. So how much will be the drop? How much will be the drop?
7.
Yes, it will be 0.7 volts. Very nice. Right? With the polarity as shown. Now see, as that drop will become 0.7, positive drop or positive potential of that drop, it is connected to the emitter terminal as it is a PNP transistor, which you studied last year, BJT, NPN and PNP. Okay. That positive potential will get applied to the P region, that is emitter terminal of that PNP transistor, and negative to the N. Okay. The transistor will be forward bias or reverse bias. Whenever the emitter will be at positive potential and base will be at negative potential, my question is, the shown transistor will be forward bias or reverse bias? It will be forward, yes. And hence that transistor will start to conduct. Okay? As that transistor will start to conduct, the remaining current will get diverted from the input through transistor like this. And that is nothing but our IQ. Is it? And how much it will be? It will be automatically equals to 300 milliamps. If the drop across this RS gets slightly increased above 0.7 due to somewhat more current flowing through LM317, that means beyond 700 milliampere, the drop also will get increased. Then in that case, again transistor will start to conduct heavily, or we can say it will be more and more forward bias, and hence that current will be more. So that these two currents will get limited as a 700 milli from the regulator IC and remaining from transistor. And such type of load will get easily powered by such type of circuitry. Here the obtained output voltage, it will remain regulated by the regulator IC, and the current requirement of that load, as per our example, if it is 2 amperes, that current requirement will get satisfied partially by regulator IC and partially by that current boosting transistor, which is connected as shown over here. Is it clear? And that's why such type of circuitry is known as current boosting circuitry. The question may get asked, draw and explain in detail the working of current boosting in the regulator IC. Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So our next topic is low dropout voltage regulator. What is mean by that LDO? In short, it is titled as LDO, that is low dropout voltage regulator. This is our next topic. See, what will be the difference between this LDO and whatever the regulators which we studied it is that already you are familiar, the studied voltage regulator, that is either 7/8 series, that is fixed regulators, or 7/9 series, that is fixed and negative voltage regulator, or LM317 or LM337, the voltage drop across this regulator, it is somewhat large, and that is 2 to 3 volts, right now? So many times I already told that the voltage drop across such a regulator, all these regulator is somewhat large, that is 2 to 3 volts. Then and then it can provide the output as a regulator. Or another thing, for the required output voltage, input voltage, it should be 2 to 3 volts more than that of that rated or desired output. And hence, all these regulators are known as large dropout voltage regulators. Okay? Is it okay? 7/8 series, 7/9 series, LM317 and LM337, all these are known as somewhat large dropout voltage regulators or high dropout voltage regulators. If you are getting confused, call all these regulators as high dropout voltage regulators, and to minimize the power drop or the voltage drop across these regulators, another type of regulators are also available to minimize the wastage of power, which is known as low dropout voltage regulators. And its abbreviation is LDO. Okay. So across that LDO, there will be a voltage drop in few millivolts only. Right. So as compared to these high dropout voltage regulators, the wastage of power due to the regulator IC will be very, very less if we preferred LDO, that is low dropout regulators. Is it okay? So what is that LDO or how it works, that we will see from the next lecture